This episode of Energize is brought to you in part by Bluehost. Get the best web hosting for only $3.95 per month. That's 50% off the regular rate. Included is a free domain name for the first year, free SSL certificate, one-click WordPress install, 24/7 support, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Bluehost powers over 2 million websites worldwide, including my own, Conduit Energy Excellence. I've been using Bluehost since 2012 and can honestly say I've never had a reason to switch. Even when I goofed up my own WordPress site, they were there to help. Get more information on this offer and sign up at conduitexcel.com/Bluehost. Hey, how about a funny story for a change? After more than 30 years of working in the energy industry and traveling the world, I have my fair share of humorous moments. Today I'd like to share the story of the disappearing Tanzanian fence posts. Welcome to Energize, the Energy Professionals Podcast. I'm Bill Alleman, host and producer of the show. This is the podcast that's dedicated to the professional development of people across the energy industry. I've learned that actively managing your career is the best way to improve performance and achieve results. This is how we manage our projects, so let's manage our careers the same way. Each week, I dig into topics such as career development, team leadership, job search, and more to help you take control of your professional growth. I'm honored that you've decided to spend a portion of your day with me. Now, let's get started. Welcome back to Energize, the Energy Professionals Podcast. This podcast is an extension of my website, Conduit Energy Excellence, a site I'm building to provide professional development resources to energy and electrical engineering professionals. Learn more at conduitexcel.com. During my years in the mining industry, I would frequently visit a mine in a remote region of Tanzania. The mine was located just south of Lake Victoria, Africa's famous freshwater lake. In order to reach the mine, we would need to start our journey from the coastal city of Dar es Salaam, then fly to Mwanza, and then take a small single-engine plane for the last leg of our journey. The mine had its own airport, a small graded dirt strip carved out of the red clay soil and tropical brush. So we were able to land right next to the mine and settle in. Because of the wildlife in the area, the airport was fenced in to keep the airstrip clear of animals. The tropical forest contained a variety, including large groups of baboons, various types of deer, and wild boar. It was also important to keep local villagers off the property. They had walking trails going through the brush and could easily wander onto the property. Because the local community was extremely poor, theft was a constant issue. Tools, supplies, and other items were sometimes stolen and then sold in local shops or on the black market. The mine had an issue with fence posts surrounding the airport being stolen every night. When the sun would come up in the morning, a number of posts holding up the fence would be gone, probably to sell as scrap or to use in construction projects. The mine's maintenance workers would replace the poles in order to maintain a safe perimeter around the airport, only to have them stolen again a few nights later. One idea was to paint the poles pink so they could be traced if sold in the village. It didn't help. The fence posts were still stolen, and merchants in the village could be found selling pink fence posts. Of course, none of them would admit to stealing the poles. They said they bought the poles from some other guy, so the game continued. Finally, someone realized that a tall chain-link fence wasn't really necessary to act as a border around the airport. In order to keep animals and people out, a waist-high masonry wall would do the trick. Cement is cheap and prevalent in Africa, and you'll find most buildings and other structures made out of masonry as opposed to wood or steel. So what was remaining of the fence was removed, a masonry wall was erected, and the battle of the disappearing Tanzanian fence posts was won. Hey, thanks for your time today. Please subscribe and feel free to share this podcast with others in the energy and electrical engineering industries. If you'd like to stay in touch, the best way to do that is through my show page at conduitexcel.com/podcast. You'll find a list of episodes, more information about the show, social links, and more. There's also a Patreon button if you'd like to help offset production and hosting costs of the show. As little as $1 a month would be helpful. Thanks again for listening. I truly appreciate your time. And I'll see you next time on Energize, the Energy Professionals Podcast.